So much, Justin, and everybody, sit up straight. We're not slouching today, right? But that is the title. That is the title of the book we're reading. We have USA Today's best-selling children's book author joining us, Christina Wyman. How are you?
I am well. Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you
so
for
fun
joining
to be here.
us. Yeah, I'm glad we have you here for an Ask the Author segment. And clearly, your book, Slouched, it says it itself. It's a fresh and heartfelt middle grade novel about growing into yourself inch by inch. So tell us, when we get this book in our hands, tell us what it's all about.
Yeah, when you get this book in your hands, you're going to be reading about a 12-year-old who is very tall for her age.
Yeah.
And this isn't an issue for her until it becomes an issue. And it becomes an issue when people start pointing it out in a way that they had not done before. And not only is that happening, but the world is just starting to acknowledge that perhaps she's just developing and appearing to be older than 12, so she's having some uncomfortable experiences in public settings. So this is sort of the setup to Stevie Crumb and the things that she deals with as a 12-year-old who's taller than her peers.
And I absolutely resonate with that, and I know a lot of people do too as well, especially when you're in that weird, awkward stage where you're starting to move into puberty a little bit quicker than maybe sometimes the people around you, and you start feeling uncomfortable in your own body. So this really opens up a really great conversation that a lot of parents can kind of help their children have. And like you just mentioned, Stevie Crumb, tell us a little bit about this character and what we'll learn from her.
You know, it's really what Stevie learns along the way. She has to learn how to navigate comments from friends and family that make her uncomfortable, even though on the surface the comments seem innocent enough. She has to navigate this world where suddenly it's like her body kind of feels like public property because of the attention that it's getting. And she also, in all of this, discovers the magic of the debate team that teaches her how to kind of show up in a strong and powerful way as she navigates these issues.
Absolutely. A lot of those growing pains that you kind of have trouble figuring out, how do you respond to certain things? And I feel like that's also part of this story too, probably like finding her voice as well.
Yes, absolutely. Hence the debate aspect of it. It really gives her an opportunity to develop and nurture a strong voice.
Absolutely. Well, that's just one of the themes of this novel, but also friendships, family, self-esteem, boundaries. Tell us though, as an adult, because I know adults have read this book too, not just children, what about that really resonates with you?
About these themes and issues? You know, I don't know that anybody really becomes an adult who is entirely comfortable with the world around them. If there are people who are comfortable, I envy that. So in that way, you know, always having to navigate a world that is just waiting to chew you up and spit you out, kind of no matter who you are, I think is resonant for a lot of people, but also trials and tribulations of friendship and family, that's a life sentence, you know? So as adults, we're always dealing with how to navigate tricky situations. And so in those ways, I think adults would resonate with a lot of the themes in the book as well.
And speaking of, you've told me about a lot of adults who have said really great things about this book, and it's hit home for them. Can you tell us a little bit about what they've said and what we can all kind of get from that too?
Absolutely. I have a cheat sheet and my dollar store glasses that will allow me to read from it. So I'll read 2 reviews that really stood out to me and just made me so happy. One person on Goodreads says, "Read this with my son who is in the 5th grade. While I imagine the target audience is more for girls, he was really engaged and interested, and I found it was a great story to build his awareness of things girls and women routinely experience, the male gaze, sexual harassment, and other things that are more universally applicable, child predation, body consciousness, middle school social dynamics, being a good friend, etc." So this mom had great things to say. And then another person said, it is amazing to me how often I find myself wanting to tell adults and children that it's never okay to make comments about a person's body.
Well, let me tell you, I
Job is
resonate
done.
with that too, absolutely.
Yeah.
And of course, there's so many more themes that hit home in this novel, Slouched. You also have another one, Jawbreaker.
Yes.
And of course, if you want to pick up any of these books that Christina's written, take a look at that information right there below on your screen. We have our website where you can find them. Plus, take a look at some of your small and local bookstores around town. You'll find it there as well. Christina, thank you so much. Thank you for joining us. It was so great to have you here.
Thank you.
And of course, don't go anywhere.